Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to my very first YouTube video here on my fishing channel. We are going to be doing a bait haul video. This video will showcase pretty much everything for ultralight specific equipment. Hopefully you like this video, and if you do, leave a comment on any of the stuff that you see in this video, and if you don't mind dropping me a like and subscribe on my very first YouTube video. Let's get right into it. First things first, I'm a big swim bait, soft plastic angler. I like trying all kinds of swim baits, but primarily the ones that I gravitate towards using is the Kitex, the Easy Shiner in the 2-inch size. Just picked up several packs, but I'm just showing you guys some of the colors that I purchased. My favorite color of all time for my Kitex is in that smallmouth magic. Also picked up a very realistic, natural looking presentation that Pro Blue Red Pearl, just kind of match a lot of the forages in some of the ponds that I use. And when I'm fishing stained water, I need a little bit of chartreuse here and there. So I picked up a new color that I've never used. This one is the Green Pumpkin Chartreuse. Let me take it out of the package. I'm using my iPhone, so sorry if I'm limited to zooming in and focusing on some of these baits, but that's that Chartreuse. I also picked up Swing Impact 2. I've used the 3-inch version and it's caught fish, but when I'm fishing ultralight stuff, I really like to use 2-inch swim baits. But again, just kind of showing you guys Pro Blue Red and that smallmouth magic. I also picked up 2 colors that I didn't pick up in the Easy Shiners, and that is the Super Shad, which is like a white peppered like black flake swim bait, and then I also picked up the bluegill flash color here. Up next, I've picked up quite a bit of new baits. I believe these are new. Don't quote me. It is the itty bitty Bobby Garland Mayfly without that like liquid stuff that they sit in the other pouch packaging that they do. Some of the colors that I picked up is the Smoked Silver, which is like a black with silver flake in it. Here's one where I pre-rigged it up, and you'll see a lot of action in that tail for twitching, and that silver flake matches really well with the jig head. Next color that I got is the Pecan Cream, or Pecan Cream, however you say it, which is kind of just like a very pretty much like a motor oil color kind of with black flake. And then my favorite ultralight color, Black Knight, which is just your standard black. And then the last color that I picked up in was this Neon Nymph, just a little bit of chartreuse with some brown and with some brown and then red flake, just to use in some of the stained water that I do fish sometimes here in some of the rivers nearby. Next up, from Crappie Magnet, and it's just another paddle tail bait, and I decided to pick up the Crappie Magnet, what are these called? The Tiny Dancers. But I picked this up in the Tennessee Shad color. I also picked up the Double Ugly, which is just black and gray. Got the Tiny Dancer in the Show Enough colorway, which is just pretty much their take on the Monkey Milk. This is their Mardi Gras color, I believe, and that's just that chartreuse tail with some blue and red flake in it with the clear body. Next up, from Crappie Magnet, I finally picked up their newest bait to their lineup, and that is the Rue. So this is the Rue, which is like a it has the Trout Magnet split tail, but it has more of a bait fish like profile towards the top half of the bait. And the cool thing about this bait is it comes with a pouch where you insert their crappie niblets or whatever in the pouch. I picked up like 3 or 4 of those to match the colors that I got. I paired this with the BG1 1.5 in a size 8. This color is the Trick or Treat. It's beautiful, beautiful, and it matches really well with that jig head. This is the Mardi Gras color, same color as that paddle tail that I just showed you guys. That's that black and chartreuse. I don't know what it is about that color, but in my ponds and my bodies of water, they absolutely wreck them. And then for just clear water, like this is the white, blue, silver flash, white belly with a clear like top half and some blue flake. This is that Tennessee shad color, that silver flake at the bottom with that like green pro blue red top half. So that is the roux. I'm excited to use it to target bass and some of the bigger crappie in my area. Up next, this is more for my BFS stuff. These are brand new. I've never fished with them. They're pretty brand new. They just released not too long ago. But it is the Kai Tech Swing Bait Swim Bait. It's like this, you get your paddle to the back and there's like a little split end half right there. But it did capture my attention, just something different. And this is the clear silver glow. I also picked up in that smoky flake color, and that's that silver smoky color. And again, like, look at all that action back there. And then up next is just a bunch of mule fishing products. The one that I'm interested in trying though for twitching applications is the Mule Minnow in the 2.2. Again, that's still a little too big for my liking. And the way I rig these up is I cut that big bulbous head at the tip, and then I kind of just paired it again with the BG1 jig head. I believe this is a 1.5 gram, so it's more of like a leech at this point in that Elastec, and look at all that action, gonna be good for twitching. I also picked them up in the Karma color, which is monkey milk, and then the cowpoke color. This is probably for stained water. And then I picked up the Donkey Tail Junior, but I kind of re-upped on that Dakota Sunrise color. I'll show you guys how I rig it here in a little bit. Picked it up in black, and then again in that Karma color, which is that monkey milk. Again, I trimmed that head off. I don't like that like big circular head that most of his plastics come with. And then I paired it on the Daiwa Gecko Bijan jig head. This is 0.8 grams, so about 1/32 ounce. And that looks so good. And then I kind of just picked up the Horsefly, never used them. And I picked up the Ranch Hand. I wish this color was available in the Mule Minnow. I think it would have been awesome. It would have looked like a worm, essentially. Again, picked up the Dakota Sunrise. If you've never used mule fishing, that Dakota Sunrise, for whatever reason, is absolute money. And then again, black. If you're not using black, get on it. And then the bait that prompted me to buy a lot of mule products this season is their new bluegrass, the bluegrass bug. This is a collaboration with Creek Fishing Adventures. And as soon as I saw it, instantly thought of the JDM bait, the OSP bug, I believe. But the OSP bug is ridiculously expensive. And knowing JDM plastics, probably a lot softer. This is the bluegrass bug. Again, picked it up in black. They recommend Texas rigging it, Ned rigging it, and just you could throw a little jig head on it. You could even drop shot it, I believe. But the way I'm going to be using this is literally on a size 4 1/16 ounce jig. If you Ned rig it, like that has quite a bit of action for being a pretty much like a poop bait, poop style bait essentially. And then you get a lot of action with those appendages. Again, size 4 1/16 ounce jig head is how I'm gonna be rocking it. Pumpkin with black flake. And that's that rodeo clown, I believe is what it's called. This is gonna be smallmouth candy. That's all my mule fishing stuff. And then lastly, a lot of Z-Man, but I have picked up their new micro worms. This is their take on a micro finesse worm. It's a triangular shape, so it's thicker towards the top. However, I had to trim about half an inch. And again, I've paired it with that BG1 jig head. This is the black color, but we picked it up in the yoga pants color, which is that black. Purple haze, just a very natural color. And then probably my favorite out of the three, this is the copper truce. That chartreuse green pumpkin color right there. Again, this is straight out of the package. This top half is very thick because it's a triangular shape. So what I do is I snip the top, that big circular piece, and then about 3 ridges down, and then that's when I rig it up. Then I think that's a better profile for me with the jigs that I use and for bluegill and panfish. And then I picked up some tiny ticklers, which is just, they're tubes, just downsized. If you're a bass angler, you've probably seen their tubes in the 3-inch, I believe is what they are. Picked some up in the green pumpkin, in the bumblebee color, which is that chartreuse and black. This color, again, in my ponds, destroys them. And then Purple Death, I got this for clear water. You can see it's like purple on the top half with like a very light glow, clear, iridescent color at the bottom. I'm probably gonna use that for clear water. Just wanted to try, you know, something a little different in terms of color selection. And then lastly, the last pairs of baits that I picked up are the Larva Z's. Picked it up in black. I also picked up the motor oil, which is a color that I normally don't throw. But in that clear water, even in a little bit of stained water, this is a really good natural bug profile for them. And then you need the green pumpkin, another natural color. I don't like the top half. Do you see how, like that's a big no-no. So what I do is I grab some scissors, I cut the left and the right eye to kind of slim down the bait profile. And then I run a black BG1 jig head, anywhere from 1 gram up to 1.5 grams. But I tend to use this in 1 gram to 1.25 gram jig heads in a size 12 hook. Super glue it, and then you twitch it, and everything is in this tail. But that is it. It was a pretty big haul. Hopefully you guys like the video, and maybe you see some stuff that you want to add to your ultralight tackle box. I'm excited to start, you know, making videos on my fishing passions and share it with the rest of YouTube, and just kind of bring my take on ultralight angling to the YouTube fishing community. With that being said, I can't wait for the next video. And if you like the video, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and comment down below what are some of your favorite baits, and if there's anything here that you plan on picking up. Everything that I purchased will be in the link in the description below, and we'll see you on the next one. Tight lines.